another week in January down, and it's got relatively mild for January actually for the UK. I feel like we're about to head back into a cold spell, that's according to my mother anyway. So this week it was chilly, it was windy, a lot of it was very rainy, so I've gone, as I can tell, for quite a lot of comforting things again. So on Saturday I went for Avon Far Away, which is just, it's a weird perfume, man, but there's something really addictive about this. There's something really cozy, comforting, pretty about it. Definitely has a weird plastic doll smell though, in the kind of very sweet and vanilla-y floral smell. I really love this one though. I find it really easy to wear, really comforting. It layers pretty well actually. If you overspray this a little bit, it is actually very noticeable. And I can still smell it on my skin after many hours, but it does become a skin scent, so it's one that you have to kind of reapply. But it's so cheap. It's way less than 10 quid normally for a 50ml bottle. Is this an eau de parfum? I can never really see on these little stickers. They reflect really badly, but I think they're probably eau de toilettes, the Avon perfumes. Oh, it's so pretty though. I love wearing this one. There's something slightly baby powdery about it, but it's not too powdery. Just very, very pretty little vanilla. Notes in this, top notes: coconut, ylang ylang, peach, caro corunde, an orange. Middle notes: jasmine, gardenia, violet, freesia, osmanthus and rose. Base notes: vanilla, sandalwood, amber and musk. And I think those base notes really, really come forward. There's definitely lots of ylang ylang. I think there's a little bit of fruitiness, but there's definitely a bit of coconut as well. It's just such a pretty perfume. But like I said, definite hint of kind of doll head smell about it, which I think is what people complain about when they say that it's a bit synthetic. But I don't have a problem with synthetic smells. I often quite like things that are a bit doll-heady and plasticky. Oh yeah, and then I think when I went to bed, I wore this little guy. This is Wistful Hedgerows. This is a perfume oil I got from Etsy by a lady whose shop is called Simon's Nest. And I quite like these oils, but I don't like the customer service, to be honest. I hate to say it, but I got sent. I ordered a set of these. You say which ones you want. I didn't get one of the ones that I ordered, and I got something else that I didn't want, and it was gingerbread, so I really didn't want that one. And I'm on my third message now since like the 20th of December to try and get that other one, and I've not heard anything back. So, and that's directly via the Etsy app, so I'm a bit annoyed, to be honest. Which is a shame, because I don't like recommending things if I don't think that the actual customer service is very good. But anyway, I did wear this one on Saturday night. So top notes here are ripe blackberry, dewberry and sweet plum. Heart notes: fresh vanilla pod, infusion and amber. Base notes: cinnamon and clove. So it's just got a nice kind of warm, cozy, very slightly ribenery blackcurrant vibe going on. Maybe that's not quite right, but a very sweet kind of berry smell, with a tiny hint of sharpness, a bit of kind of spiciness. It's just very pretty, really. But yeah, like I said, not good customer service, sadly. Okay, so I have a little alert out on eBay to buy Brocard perfumes, because I used to wear it comes in a green box, the one that used to be my signature scent, which is blackcurrant and tomato leaf. So I absolutely love that one, and I already had a little sample of this one, which is mint and blackcurrant. So this has very similar notes, to be honest, to the other one, and I knew that it smelled quite similar, but because I love that other one so much, this is like a more blackcurrant forward version of my old signature scent, and this is one of the many from the Scents of Nature collection that I wanted. So I've been keeping an eye. I always keep an eye out on eBay, and I managed to get a few recently. So I would actually say I don't know. I got this from someone else, but there's a lady who she actually runs perfume tours in London, and she is one of the only people in the UK who ever has any Brocard perfumes for sale, and she's got a few up at the moment, including this one. So if you are interested, then she has this. She's called Perfume Daze, spelt Daze. And she's lovely. I've bought a few things from her, which you'll see throughout, like the what I wore last week. And she's very, very lovely, helpful, and she's a great eBay seller. So I highly recommend checking out. If you just search for Brocard perfumes, you'll find her almost instantly on eBay UK. It's so lovely. It's so lovely. As with all of the scents of nature, don't go anywhere near these if you don't like skin scents. If you like really strong perfumes that everyone's going to smell a mile off, these are not for you. They are subtle, they're pretty, there's always something very juicy, natural about them. They do have some floral ones as well, but I've got a few I tend to go for the more fruity ones, to be honest, because that's just my vibe with these kind of light perfumes. And I just absolutely love how this and the tomato leaf and blackcurrant smell. I love them both. They're very similar, and I think if you like kind of green but sweet blackcurranty smells, you will like both of those. You could get either or. I probably realistically don't need both, because I have quite a few bottles of the other one because it was my signature scent. But the notes in this are blackcurrant, mint, green notes, green leaves, red berries, musk and rose. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. This is a weird one as well though, because when I first spray this on my skin, I absolutely cannot smell it. I can't smell it at all. It's like I completely anosmic to it, and then it'll just suddenly start to give off this beautiful, beautiful scent. You will get some of that mint, but it's predominantly blackcurrant, and then it gets more musky as it dries down. But it's got that love from those green notes. It's got this leafy, fresh, just lovely quality about it. I just love Brocard Sense of Nature. I love these perfumes. They really are very up my street. And it was perfectly good in winter, but I think probably realistically this is a summery perfume for me. I was just excited because I just got it, and I love this colour as well. So that's that one. Just pop that in over there. Oh no. Okay, next on the list. What did I wear? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, heaven on earth. So this is Vera Wang Embrace. This is the Periwinkle and Iris one. Hope you can see. This is the blue one. Beautiful blue juice. Really gorgeous. Now, funnily enough, the last time I wore this, and this is very much what I was saying last week, that sometimes it's a mood thing, sometimes it's your hormones, sometimes it's the weather. I wore this on a very windy, very rainy, and therefore kind of just wet, gloomy day. And I was obsessed. The last time I wore it, I was like, this is my sweetest perfume, and it might be so sugary that I won't be able to wear it very often. And I actually have a backup of this little bottle, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I should just sell that one, to be honest, because I don't know if I'll wear this that much. And then I wore it this week, and I was absolutely obsessed. I was obsessed. It was so nice in the rain. Maybe that's the time to wear it, when it's windy, chilly, damp and miserable. This smells like creamy, sugary heaven. I stand by what I said. I think this is my sweetest perfume because it literally has sugar in it as a note. So it doesn't reach the sugar levels of like Ariana Grande Cloud, which on my skin just turned into almost entirely just granulated sugar, like granulated white sugar. That's what that smelled like on me. This one smells like chantilly cream with a hint of iris and violet. It's beautiful. So the notes in this are top notes of bergamot and mandarin orange, middle notes of iris, violet, periwinkle and jasmine, base notes of whipped cream, sugar, vanilla and benzoin. And it's so lovely. I find that for me the violet comes out quite strongly in this. The iris gives it a powderiness, But there's something about the violet that when I reviewed these originally, what I said was, it kind of reminds me of the fondant inside the violet taps, the violet creams that you get. You get the rose and violet creams and they're covered in dark chocolate. This reminds me of that sugary fondant inside that has that hint of delicious violet. So, I mean, I would have called this iris and like violet and iris myself, but periwinkle, it matches the colour, I guess. But it's so creamy, it's so sugary, it's so sweet. It is not for anyone who doesn't like sweet perfumes. I'll say that much for sure. But it's not massively vanilla-y. It's very much a sugar and whipped cream kind of smell. It's very pretty. I really loved this. I was obsessed. I reapplied it a few times because it's not, I mean, you can definitely smell it. It's another one that the more you reapply it, the kind of the more you layer it up, the longer it starts to last. It definitely is stronger and lasts longer in warmer weather, but for me, it's way too sweet for me to wear in warmer weather. But I was obsessed. I was literally obsessed. I couldn't stop sniffing myself. I loved reapplying it. I absolutely loved it this week. So there you go. I'll have to put it in my memory bank. That's a really good one to wear in like really rainy weather. Oh, just obsessed. Okay. And then on Tuesday, I was like, I'm going out for drinks. What's like a good thing that I like to wear in the evening? And so, but also I have a rollerball of this so I could take it to work. And again, in the cooler weather, what an absolute beauty. I have a small bottle of this as well, but this one's always easier to grab. This is Stella Pop. This is the original Stella Pop. Beautiful and glorious. I mean, you can see, I don't want to blind you with this, but it's this lovely metallic, it's kind of beautiful Barbie pink. Oh, and it smells like Barbies. Although I have to take everyone else's word for that because I don't remember what Barbies smell like, because I don't even know if Barbies had a smell in the UK. I'm not sure about that. Someone tell me in the comments if you remember Barbies over here having a smell. I think they had a slightly bubblegummy smell in the US from what I can tell. Heaven on earth. And this one, the last time I wore it was for the after party of my wedding, and it's really fun to dance around in it. I really like it in the evening. I enjoyed it all day actually. Another one that worked really well in the kind of gloomy wet weather, and it was raining, it was dark all day, it was windy, it was chilly. So the notes in this are tomato leaf, green mandarin and violet in the top, middle notes tuberose, frangipani and violet in the middle, base notes musk, sandalwood and cedar. And I think people talk about the tomato leaf in this, and that's one of the reasons that I bought this. I loved the bottle, so that was part of the reason I noticed it in the first place, or at least it's the reason why when I looked for tomato leaf notes, this was the first one that I clicked on. So I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I think I got the tomato leaf and blackcurrant of this first, and it spurred me on to look for more tomato leaf things. And the reason I looked for the tomato leaf Brocard one is because it smells, well, it had very similar notes to my really early signature scent, La Belle's de Ricci, I should probably say. And this is just, it's got a greenness. It has got that greenness and that aromatic vibe from the tomato leaf, but it's got a really bubblegummy tuberose. It's got a really bright and slightly sharp violet, but then a really sweet frangipani and the musk. This one I can still smell like all night. It doesn't massively project. It's not like a beast in that way, but it's a beast in terms of longevity, and I find it, although it has that kind of sharpness, the greenness, it has a slight transparency about it, but it's also really quite sweet for me. It's a sweet floral. If you get the Bluebell version, that one is much sharper, but this one, oh, it's just absolutely delicious. Stella Pop is lovely. I love it. I think if you like these kind of light and fruity green scents, if you like tuberose, I think this would be a very safe blind buy. It's really nice. I don't get loads of cedar. I get a bit of sandalwood, but yeah, it's just delicious. So we would be on Wednesday. I'm trying all of the things out I have that smell a little bit like Hedgerows, yes I am. And I'm doing that because I now have 3 things that I think smell quite similar. I mean, this is literally a dupe. And I, it's one of those things where I don't need 3. Do you know what I mean? I just don't need 3 of these. But I like them all, so it's really going to be difficult for me to get rid of any of them. This is Rive, My Only Wish. This is the actual dupe of Hedgerows, Yes I Am. And I think it smells very similar. It just is slightly more upfront with the fruit. There's slightly more raspberry in it. I do like the bottle as well. I mean, it's kind of better when you can't see the writing. It's got this kind of slight ombre vibe to it, and I love the red cap. But yeah, so because I wore the new one I've got, Pascal Morabita Aimer, I think it's called Aimer, and that one is a kind of more caramel forward version of Yes I Am. That's what that smells like to me. This is the more fruity one. So I was like, oh, I don't know which one to keep. So I've been wearing them all to try and decide. I'm not entirely sure I have decided yet. I'm going to have to wear the Pascal Morabito again, and I'll probably wear that this week again, because I love this profile, to be honest. I love this profile, but I don't need like 250 mils of it at the moment, which is kind of what I've got, because I think this and the Pascal Morabito are both 200, and then the other one you'll see in a bit is 50 mil. So anyway, so the notes in My Only Wish are top notes of raspberry, tangerine, lemon and bergamot, middle notes of ginger flower, gardenia, orange blossom and jasmine, amber and rose, base notes caramel, cardamom, milk, coumarin, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, amber and licorice. And it does just smell like Yes I Am, but it's a bit lighter and there's more raspberry. It does not last very long. You have to keep reapplying this one quite a lot. I mean, I don't mind reapplying it all the time because I absolutely love it. And so I love putting more of it on and just like I could bathe in it, to be honest. I really love this one. And, you know, you could say I could just answer this issue by just getting the real Yes I Am, but there's something about the original that I find a little bit more difficult to wear. I find it slightly more cloying, but that's probably because it's heavier, and I quite like the slightly lighter version of it in this, but I absolutely loved wearing it. Again, like, it lasts really quite well on clothes, so I made sure that I sprayed my clothes. I could smell it on my coat still when I got home. It's just delicious. I really love this one, but I really love the Pascal Morabito one as well. So I've not really got much further in this particular quest to work out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. Now, this next one is a new one that I'm super excited about. So I have been looking at this particular perfume for ages. Reason being, I really just want a nice banana perfume. And they're almost impossible to get. I will do a video at some point about Ganache perfumes because I had a real heartbreaker with them. Not their fault by any means, but like, I ordered a banana one from them and I don't have it. So I just was looking after Christmas at some of the sales. I got some stuff sent through and I looked at, this is going to be annoying that I can't remember where I got this from. I will put it in the bottom. But I mean, to be honest, at this point, you just need to search Google to get the best price. This is Muse de Rochas. De Rocha? De Rochas? Rocha? I think it's Rocha. Muse de Rochas. I was looking at this one for ages. There's a couple of Rocha perfumes, like ones that I think are probably from the 90s, to be honest. I've been looking at them because I think they've got interesting notes. This one has banana leaf in it, and it was voted as being the strongest note. So that's why I wanted this. This is Eau de Parfum. It's a 30ml. I think it was like 10 quid or less. 11 maximum. Firstly, oh my god, I love this bottle. I love this bottle. There's something very 90s about this. It's almost like a slightly purple gunmetal colour. The bottle is slightly kind of grey purple. Oh, I think it's brilliant. And I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I wore this on, must have been Thursday, and I absolutely fell in love. The banana leaf is definitely the top note here. It's the first thing you smell. It's really recognisable, and I am absolutely digging it. But it's weird. And I'm going to say it's weird because I think, judging on what other people like, I would put this in the category that I put Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker in, which is that is quite an odd combination of notes that I really enjoy, and I think it smells like a niche and expensive perfume because it is quite original and interesting. I've not really smelt many. The only other thing I've ever smelt that smells anything like Covet is one of the Lush perfumes called Shade, and I've never smelt anything that smells like Muse de Rochas, except that in the dry down you get that bar soap musk and sandalwood combination that I love. So I think this actually smells a little bit like a fruity, slightly green, slightly spiced banana bar soap. Like, it's a weird one. Okay, so let me give you the notes. So in the top, you've got banana leaf, mango, peach, orange and bergamot. Middle notes are narcissus, African orange flower and cinnamon. Base notes are white musk, sandalwood, vanilla, ambrarome. I've never seen that before. It looks... don't even know how to describe it. Oh, and styrax. I don't really know what that is. But either way, this smells amazing. It's incredibly cozy. It's definitely a bit of a skin scent as well. It's soft, it's clean, it's musky, but it's not animalic. It, like I said, it's like that kind of soapy musk, but it's not detergenty, it's not shampooy. It's got that dry down and that vibe of something like Hedgerows Noah, of Lanvin Oxygen. You know, it's got that of like 212, the Carolina Herrera. It's got that kind of 90s soapy musk that I love. I get a lot of banana leaf. It straight up smells like banana, but you can tell that it's not banana, if that makes sense. It's got a banana vibe, it's got a green vibe. You definitely get some of those fruits. You definitely get some mango, so it's got a tropical vibe to it as well, but it's not like juicy. And then the more it dries down, it's sweet from that vanilla. It's got that lovely kind of smooth sandalwood in it. And the more it dries down, the more you get the cinnamon. The cinnamon gets stronger. So you're kind of left with a cinnamon scented green banana soap. I've completely fallen in love with this. I think it's fabulous. And you can get it for so cheap. It's mad. I'm pretty sure it's been discontinued because it's not on the Rochas website anymore. I really would like to know what Femme smells like from them. And I really want a bottle of... it always makes me laugh. I think you pronounce it poupée. But, you know, to my British eyes, I kind of always read it as poopy, which is a terrible name. But it's in a bottle, kind of a little kind of 90s bottle, a bit like this one. And I think that one looks really delicious too. And I think that's got quite interesting notes. But I'm just like, oh, there's something really magical about Muse de Rochas. I think it's really good. I don't think it's a safe blind buy if you don't know that you like the kind of profile that I just described. If you really like unusual perfumes, and if you like the idea of a green banana-y type smell, if you like the idea of bar soaps, then you'll be safe with this. I think it's really unusual, but I really enjoyed wearing it. It made me feel so cozy. Really liked it. So we go from one that I really enjoyed to one that I was like, ugh, oh, fine. A bit of a letdown. In fact, a massive letdown, because it was expensive and it came all the way from America, and it took like 2.5 months to get here. But I wanted this for Christmas, and then it just took forever. And it's been on my wish list for a really long time. And it's, wow, is this not for me? Holy hell, is this not for me? Michel Germain Sugarful and Spice. Now, had I known then what I know now, I would never have wanted this. I feel like when I was originally putting this in my wish list, I probably should have rechecked it. But when it kind of came out, did it come out last year or maybe the year before? But I didn't really see much about it. I still don't see much about the Sugarful perfumes. It's the Baccarat Rouge profile. It just smells like a very gingery Baccarat Rouge. And just to add insult to injury, not only does it smell like Baccarat Rouge or Cloud, it also has that synthetic wood note that smells like tar. So this is utterly unwearable for me. I can't even deal with the smell of it from the cap, which is unfortunate because I was really hoping that this would be the one I kept because the notes are perfect. But I mean, it doesn't even list having any wood in it, and yet that horrible tar smell is there. And because to me that has a slightly medicinal vibe to it, a weird burnt kind of rubbery smell, it smells even more like Baccarat Rouge, which obviously is famous for having quite a medicinal smell. It just, so sad. The only notes they list here are blood orange, pink peony in the top, middle notes ginger and pink pepper, base notes vanilla and amber. I'd say the pink pepper comes through quite strongly. It's got that horrible tar-like smell. The ginger, I guess, blood orange. It's so boring and generic. It does not, the juice in this bottle is not worthy of what a cool bottle it is, to my nose. But again, like, maybe if you don't have that thing where you smell tar the way that I do with certain synthetic notes, maybe this would be really good. It's more gingery, I think, than the general Baccarat Rouge profile. I get a sense for that. But I can't wear this. This is just going to have to be yet another one that I just have to sell. And yeah, I'm annoyed about this one, but hopefully there'll be someone in the UK. Actually, I'm going to put this I'm planning to list on Sunday, so it should go up sometime in the evening after this video's come out. So if any of you in the UK are watching this and you really want Sugarful and Spice, then look on eBay because I'll be selling it, because I just can't do anything with it. I mean, I wouldn't even want to take a decant of this because it just doesn't work for me. It's just that tar smell. It's just in everything nowadays. So that was a mega fail, which is a shame. How shall I organise these? Oh, I know. I'm always trying to remember to take a little picture at the end of the review. So, yeah, let's kind of go like that, shall we? This little guy can come over here for now. Oh, yes. So, and then I went for this guy. This is another Far Away from Avon. It's the only other one I like. I think I have now smelt all of them. This is Far Away Rebel. It's got a really cool, like, purpley colour for this bottle. This is another one that I think has quite especially when it dries down, has a profile that's quite similar to Hedgerows' Yes I Am. So that's why I wanted to try this one, because what I was thinking was that maybe I would get rid of this one because this is like a fruitier version of Hedgerows' Yes I Am. Because I have this one that gives me quite a similar experience, like in terms of wearing it, because it's very berry heavy. And then I'll keep the Pascal Morabito one that is a bit quieter in terms of the berry, but is a bit like the caramel comes through immediately. That kind of, well, it's dulce de leche in that one actually. But I don't, I still, like I said, I'm still thinking about it. I still don't know. I will have to get kind of really strict about it at some point, but that might not be in the next few weeks. So Far Away Rebel from Avon, not to be mixed up with Rebel and Diva, which is absolutely foul and an absolute disaster for me, that perfume. The top notes here are whipped cream, blackcurrant, red fruits and dried plum. Middle notes are orange blossom, Madagascar, vanilla and jasmine sambac. Base notes are chocolate, caramel, salt, patchouli and amber tonic. Now, with the exception of a bit of caramel, maybe a tiny bit of salt, those base notes are basically invisible. I don't really get much of a sense of jasmine. I don't really get, maybe there's a bit of orange blossom, not much. It's mainly blackcurrant, whipped cream. I think that dried plum is really probably doing something here, and then a slightly salty caramel and a bit of vanilla. So it's just, Very yummy, this one. Really like this perfume. Another one, it doesn't last massively long, but in the same way as Far Away, the more you layer it up, the longer you're going to get out of it, kind of just generally. Each time it will last a bit longer, and you can build it up until it gets quite noticeable, and it lasts really well on clothes. I really like this. It's purple, delicious, juicy, jammy purple berries with whipped cream, vanilla. It's sweet, it's girly, it's really nice, and it's an absolute bargain. I think they have a deal that's like 2 of the 50ml bottles for like £16 or something at the moment, so it's an absolute steal. Really, really like it. I just think it's yummy. I think it's really yummy. Don't really want to block that, but you can just about see it. Okay, and then I just to bed on Friday night. I just wore this one. That is Chocolate Musk by Nuaim, and this is just a lovely oil, not on Fragrantica. You have to often get this shipped over from India. Heavenly. It's not the most natural smelling. It doesn't necessarily even particularly smell like chocolate. I would have called this caramel musk myself, or toffee musk, because I think it smells like the Quality Street toffee, the toffee, like the stick covered in milk chocolate. That's what I think this smells like. It's absolutely lush. I like wearing it to bed. My husband really likes this one as well. And yeah, it's just a really nice one. I've not tried the spray. Maybe one day I will try the spray, but I haven't tried it because I saw Sarah May's talk about it and she really didn't like it. However, I've also seen Ruth Ann McKinnon talk about that one, the spray version of this, and she said they smell the same. So maybe one day I'll get the spray as well, because if I want to wear it out. This doesn't actually, no, that's not true. It does have projection, because this is the one that my stepson could smell from the other side of the flat. So yeah, I think maybe I just get used to it, so I don't necessarily think about how strong it smells to other people. But it's very sweet, it's very tasty, it's just a very, very yummy perfume. So yeah, actually it's generally very yummy, and quite a few slightly gourmand things going on this week. But yeah, with the exception of Sugarful and Spice, all absolutely delicious. And the one that I really don't like, the one that I think is, to be honest, I mean, I don't know, it's just not for me. I really love the bottle. If I even slightly liked that perfume inside, if it didn't have that tar note, I'd probably keep it, purely because I absolutely love that bottle. But there's just no point in me keeping it and it just going off, because I'm not going to wear it, so someone else can have it. But with the exception of this one, I think 20 quid was the most expensive perfume here. You can, even though it's discontinued, you can get Stella McCartney Pop for insanely cheap prices. Like, it's still really easy to get. I think Chocolate Musk, probably including shipping, cost me maybe like £12 or something. This one was maybe between 10 and 15. This one's maybe 8. This one, you can still get a bottle of this. This isn't the original cap, but you can still get these little embrace ones from Direct Cosmetics in the UK for about £6, because they're tester bottles and don't have lids. I've just put a different lid on it, but oh god, smelling it again, I'm like, maybe I should put some of that on tonight, because it's just so lovely. I might just put that on after this video, because I'm doing this on Saturday night. But yeah, I mean, absolutely all scrumptious, all absolute bargains. Like, I think you might have to pay about 30 quid for these now, but only because you can't get them from Russia. So obviously people are charging more for them, purely because they are incredibly rare, and also this whole range I think has been discontinued. So yeah, just a very delicious week, and I've got some more stuff that I'm going to be trying out next week that I'm super excited about. So if you come back again next week, you'll see a couple of new things as well. Okay, bye guys, have a lovely week.